What is up, YouTube? My name is John. I'm the owner of Titan Wash Exterior Revival, and today I just wanted to show y'all and go over my beginner setup for pressure washing. A little backstory on me is I started in the oil and gas industry, South Texas oil fields. I recently decided to go full-time pressure washing. I know it's a crazy idea. I wouldn't recommend it unless you have some stuff saved up, but I decided to give pressure washing a try. I have ran multiple businesses in the past, and this was my first service-based business, and I've always wanted to have a service-based business, so I figured why not go for it. I didn't go the absolute budget route, but I definitely went a route that was not going out and buying a $15,000 rig or a $10,000 rig. I had an old truck that needed a new fuel pump, so I replaced the fuel pump. I built my own skid, threw the skid in the truck, bought the equipment, and then I just started rolling and going. We're in week 2 of our business, and we are busy, surprisingly. So I'll go over how we find our jobs, how we do our jobs, how I schedule everything. And this is a learning process for me as well, so I figured it'd be an awesome thing to document and grow with the channel, grow with other people who are trying to start their own pressure washing business. Anyways, let's get into the setup. Okay, going over the setup, here she is. A 1999 Chevy Silverado 1500 extended cab. Believe it or not, this truck is the truck that me and my brothers took all our driving tests in. It was my grandpa's truck. It got handed down to brother to brother to brother, and it ended up with me, and now it's my pressure washing rig. This is just a tote that I have back here. In the tote, I just have some chemicals. I got scent cover, Zep. I believe that's my surfactant, and I have some F9 bark, little spray bottle, little X-Jet hose, and my downstream injectors in there as well. But that's just a little tote that I use to carry on chemicals whenever I need them and what I'm using. Right here, I have 2 5-gallon jugs of SH. That is going to be getting upgraded to a 30-gallon batch mixing tank. So that's just what I'm rolling with right now. I have my Home Depot buckets, various uses, not really anything specific. I have a 16-inch surface cleaner. Believe it or not, most of the stuff that I have came off of Amazon. This was like $200, I think. But so far, it's been great. I will be upgrading to either Whirlaway or Whisper Wash or something around that area. But for now, this is awesome. I have a little 4-foot ladder. I just had it. I use it whenever I'm doing, small details, small pump sprayer work like that over there. That's just a pump sprayer full of degreaser. I have some gas cans. And here is my skid. This is just a skid I built out of wood. It's not bolted into the truck. I knew that this truck wasn't gonna last me forever, so I didn't want a skid that was gonna stay in the truck forever and or anything mounted to the truck forever. I know it's on its last leg, but it gets the job done now and there's no overhead. This is my pressure washer, 4 gallon a minute. It is a Simpson 4400 PSI, 4 gallon a minute pressure washer. The cool thing about this is I did not buy this new. I found this on Facebook Marketplace. There was an older gentleman that had bought it for his wife for her cleaning company, and she realized it was way too big for her and she wasn't going to use it. So it was brand new out of the box, and I got it for I think $320. So that was a deal I couldn't pass up. So I ended up getting this pressure washer. It's been great. You can see I have my little random garden hose, whip hose, got a pressure gauge on it, and that goes to this Amazon garden hose reel that barely fits my 100 feet of Flexzilla hose. So yeah, this is definitely going to get upgraded. This was just to get me by because the first job I did, I had to roll it by hand, and I said, no sir, I'd rather pay $100 to get a little cheap reel for now until I get something better, and it unrolls if I don't have it bungee corded. So that's what's going on there. Right here, I have 125 feet of pressure washing hose. This looks absolutely terrible because I was in a rush to get off a job because I needed to get home. So don't mind that. I'll fix that. And again, this is a reel off of Amazon. It was like $200, I think. I'm going to upgrade this to probably a Titan in the future, but for now it works and I'm rolling with it. I definitely want to upgrade these fittings. These little M22 fittings are garbage. I want to upgrade those. And yeah, this is the setup. This is what we've been doing all our jobs with. I think we've done a total of, like 10 or 15 jobs in the past 2 weeks. And this is the equipment that we have been running with, and it has been working amazing. What else do I have over here? let's go inside the truck. I think I have a few things inside the truck. Inside the truck, what do we have? Oh, yeah. I have my spray gun. This is a little stubby with my X-Jet on it. I recommend the X-Jet for anyone. I use this a lot. I really like this better than my downstream injector. There's a random hard hat from my time in the oil field. I have my wand, longer. It has a turbo nozzle on it for detail work. Little tool bag of random tools that I just threw together. Oils for my stuff. And a spare 15-inch surface cleaner that I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace from some random dude as a backup. So that is what we have. I do have extra parts and stuff and like a little organizer, and that's just O-rings and things like that. But this goes to show you that you don't need the most expensive setup. You don't need a $10,000 skid, a $15,000 skid to get out and go find work. This right here is scalable. I know that because I've ran multiple businesses. I know what it's like starting from humble beginnings, what it's like starting with starter stuff. This right here is what's gonna start you off. This is what I believe is the best start off. I've done a ton of research. I've talked to a ton of people. I have buddies that run pressure washing companies who've been giving me advice, who's been helping me out. I have a buddy that recently sold one for a couple $1 million. So it is definitely a good start. But this will be upgraded in the future. I am in the works of looking at some new stuff because we are getting a lot more work, and I'm starting to get into commercial work, which getting into commercial work, I'm gonna need a better machine, a hot water machine. So here in the near future, I may be upgrading a trailer for a commercial unit, but I kind of want to keep this rolling the way it is because this is perfect for residential. It's small, it's simple, it's quick, it's easy, and it works. That's the main thing. So that is my beginner setup, which from all the research that I've done, I think is the most optimal. It's a 4 gallon per minute pressure washer, 16-inch surface cleaner, 100 foot of garden hose, 125 foot of pressure hose. I do have an extra 50-foot section that I didn't show, but I bought an extra 50-foot section just so I get that 175 feet. The 2 hose reels, they were actually cheapo depots. They're probably not gonna last forever, but they're gonna get me through what I need. An X-Jet. X-Jet is amazing. I love the X-Jet. And couple things for chemicals, 5 gallon jugs that, like I said, that's going to be upgraded. So in the future, which is the near future, because we are turning a lot of work, like I said, we did about 10-15 jobs, so the money to that, every bit of money I'm making from this is going back into the business, which leads us to how we're getting our work. So the number way that I'm getting my work is door knocking. Yes, you go out and you knock on people's doors, let them know, hey, I'm going to be in the area today, tomorrow we're going to be doing some washes. And then you give them a really good price. Since I'm already out here, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a great price because I'm taking my travel fee off. Whatever your prices may be that you set, just keep in mind that you are gonna have to come down on price on the doors. But what I find most successful when I'm on the doors is I quote them on their driveway and walkway. Especially if it has a bunch of algae and mold buildup, I'll quote them on that. Is that something that you've been looking into doing? We're gonna be out here. We can take care of that for you. Most of the time, if you're not in the right neighborhoods, which are middle class to upper class neighborhoods, they're gonna have other stuff for you to clean. Like today, for example, I went out today, I knocked on a lady's door, gave her the pitch. She said, wow, that's a great price for a driveway and walkway. She's like, but can you check this out in the back? And she had a full pool set up in the back, and the tile was disgusting, full of algae. Quoted her on that, told her, hey, I'll do it for this price. If you do the driveway as well, I'll knock down the driveway to this price and do it all together for X amount. And she was all for that. So door knocking has been the #1 way of me getting clients. Number 2, customer referrals. After you're done doing a job, hey, do you know your neighbor? Hey, do you have a friend or family member that would like the service as well? 9 times out of 10, if you did a great job, they're gonna do it. Number 3, Facebook. Yes, not paid ads on Facebook, before and after pictures in Facebook groups, community groups, buy, sell, trade groups. Those have been the 3 ways I'm getting work. The 10 to 15 jobs that we've done in 2 weeks, that's how we've got it. I haven't paid for ads yet. I do plan on paying for ads. I do plan on putting money into marketing. Another thing I do on the doors is you go on Canva, make yourself a little flyer with your company logo, all the cool stuff, knock on doors. If they're not home, if the driveway's dirty, leave them a flyer. Flyers have gotten us work too. Callbacks. 1, knock doors. 2, customer referrals. 3, marketing. Take really good before and after pictures. Post reels of you cleaning. Post videos of you cleaning. It's really not as hard as people on YouTube try to make it seem, to where it's like, oh, you have to do this and you have to invest in marketing and you have to, when you're starting up, you don't have the money for that. And if you do, definitely do that. But if you're just starting up and you don't want to dump a ton of money into marketing, get on the doors. Get on the doors. That is the number one way. Go knock on people's doors. You're going to get told no a lot. You're going to get a lot of no answers. But I promise you, if you keep knocking doors, you're going to end up talking to one person or two people or three people that want the service. And those three people end up into three more people and three more people, so on and so forth. That's how we've built our business, and it's going great. Like this week, I have my entire week booked up for our third week of business. I typically like to do 3 to 4 jobs a day, so we have that completely booked. And yeah, that is our 2-week journey so far. I don't have any crazy connections with people outside of a few buddies that run pressure washing businesses, and they're mainly on the trash bin cleaning and the commercial side of things, not so much residential. So it hasn't been a walk in the park. There has been some times in these 2 weeks where I'm like, wow, this isn't good, but I promise you, consistency beats everything. So consistently knock the doors, consistently service your equipment, consistently practice your pitch on the doors, and it'll all fall in place. How did I forget this? The number one thing that's helped me in this, I'm not trying to sound like a pro. I'm not trying to sound like someone that knows exactly what's going on, because I don't. I'm brand new. But what I did do is I sat down for hours and hours and hours on YouTube, on websites, on forums, researching different chemicals, how to clean stuff. What chemicals do I use? What do I need? How is the most effective way to clean a concrete driveway? Research is everything as well. Without research, I would have been lost on most of these jobs because I wouldn't have had any idea how to clean any of them. So get on your doors. You don't need $1 million setup, $20,000 setup, and you need a research. Those are the 3 things that I found in this business mean everything. And I guess number 4 could be do a good job. Just do a great job. Who cares if it takes you 2 hours? Do a great job for your customers and they will bring you more customers. I promise you, that is how we have booked up our 3rd week, and we're only 2 weeks in. Literally 2 weeks in. It has been 2 weeks since I built that skid, changed that fuel pump, and put that equipment on my truck. And that's how it's been working out so far. Are we millionaires yet? No, way far from it. But we're compounding this money into investing in better equipment that's gonna build this business. So that is my beginner setup. That is my thoughts. If y'all disagree, tell me why. If y'all agree, awesome. If you have some input to help us grow, or any things that have helped you grow, if you have a pressure washing business, feel free to drop them down below. The whole reason I started this channel is to document this company's growth, my growth as I learn more about pressure washing, learn more about this business in general, and to help other people as well. So other than that, y'all have a great day. Thank y'all so much for tuning in the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.